President Jacob Zuma, returning to him as chairperson of the Southern African Development Community, the Southern African regional body, is chairing a summit in Pretoria today on the situation in Lesotho. The Double Troika summit is being held following recent political and security developments in the Mountain Kingdom. The commander of the Lesotho Defence Force, General Kwantle Motsomotso, was assassinated earlier this month and 3 other officers were killed. The meeting is yet another attempt by the region to create an atmosphere of tolerance and peace in the mountain-locked country. The summit will be briefed on the report of the ministerial fact-finding mission to Lesotho in order to chart a way forward and determine what support Lesotho may require. President Zuma is joined by heads of state and government officials from Swaziland, Angola, Tanzania and Namibia.
Well, agenda obviously is Lesotho. You know that Lesotho is in the belly of South Africa. So there was a decision by the chair of SADC, together with the chair of the OCAN, that we should come together, listen to the report of the fact-finding mission, which was sent to Lesotho last week. So we'll be receiving that report and recommendations.
And finally, peace and stability is an important issue, and even at the UN, as you prepare to depart for New York, will be high on the agenda.
Of course, it should be. Obviously, we don't need instability in our region. We don't need instability anywhere else in the continent. So for us, it is important that we meet in this way, so that in the event the matter of Lesotho is raised, at least SADC is able to respond accordingly.
We had a ministerial fact-finding mission. We are present. The ministerial report will be tabled to the Double Troika ministers today. There are a number of proposals. Based on these proposals, a decision will be made. But at summit level, the ministers are going to recommend what they think should be done, and the decision will be done at summit level today, Double Troika summit.
Are you optimistic that a solution will be found?
We have always been optimistic, but we live in a dynamic environment, and we believe that we'll be able to get sustainable solution for our sister kingdom.
Now we cross to our reporter Lehana Tsotetsi in Pretoria. Lehana, Lesotho has a history of military coups, ructions in leadership, huge difficulty, assassinations of late. Now, what practical ideas, if any, have you heard about how this regional body can get involved to restore peace?
It's actually a cause for concern for the region. Sorry, I must actually welcome you to the Department of International Relations and Cooperation here in Pretoria. This is where the Southern African Development Community Summit, under the chairmanship of President Jacob Zuma, is being held. But I must say that earlier on, we had the ministerial meeting, which was sitting to discuss the findings of the report, which actually took place in Lesotho after a group had been sent to go and look at what the situation is like. It's a situation which it's very disturbing in the region, especially when it leads to loss of life. And it's a situation in which the heads of states believe if it gets out of control, quite a number of lives can be lost, and it can also cause instability in Lesotho, thus becoming a problem even to the neighboring countries. So what happened this morning is the ministerial meeting met and they discussed the report, and they just finished about 20 minutes ago. And expectations are that this report will now be tabled to the heads of a state and government summit, which will be starting around 2. Now, it's these heads of state and summit which will now look into the report and the recommendations, and then they can take the matter forward. We tried speaking to some of the officials around, though they could not confirm. But the fact of the matter is that the report, all they say, it's positive, and it's a report which might even lead to SADC sending another delegation to Lesotho to meet with the coalition led by Dr. Tom Tabani, the current Prime Minister. So all in all, the commission say the meeting says the report is positive, and they expect that when presented to the heads of states, they will actually endorse it and take it forward. And this or the recommendations thereof might be able to bring back peace and stability in Lesotho.
All right, thank you so much, and we'll keep following developments as regional heads of state and top officials really try and put their brains together to come up with a solution for Lesotho. Lehana Tsotetsi reporting live from Pretoria.